Everybody, hi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're starting up this brand new poetic license for everyone on the last one in 2024. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. I thought I'd dress up and give myself a tie for the occasion. Oh, and ornaments, because there aren't any on my tree, so I thought I'd wear them as earrings. I hope everyone is doing well on this wonderful day for this next installment of Poetic License. I know. Goofy sign that I'd put up when I was at a bookstore, so have to show it every time anyway. You guys are awesome for showing up. Thank you, each and every one of you. We'll do usual 3 rounds, however we want to be able to set up our open mics. But I first wanted to be able to share with you poems from, let me find, what a busy day it's been, the brand new, released today issue of cc&d magazine. That was like, I was like, oh, I'll just have to set up the open mic. I'm like, oh my God, it's the first I've got to release magazine issues. This is cc&d magazine's brand new issue. It is titled In Love with Erosion. In Love with Erosion. Named after an accepted piece of writing within the book. And ta-da, it's got a bunch of, yeah, and I'm getting applause for cc&d. It is 32 and a half years in the making, but I thought I would share with you 3 poems that are in this that are from the end in the performance art sections of that are not only in this book, as you can see I've got them right here, but I also have them because they appear in the brand new CyberWit 2024 poetry book, The Universe is in Your Hands. Poems, some of these you guys have heard it from, poems from all around the world, from different locations, and so there are things about different states. There's actually an index in the back of this that talks about, oh, if you want to know how many things are from Pennsylvania, you can find that in the back of this book. But 3 poems that are in both of these books I wanted to be able to share with you. And this first one is what is called the performance art section, because it's the only one I've read before. I read it as Lorna asked about these things at the Poetry Bomb, which is a thing that started in Chicago where you just pick the last Sunday in April, 3:30 in the afternoon, Central Standard Time. You find a place where people don't normally go and you just read poetry. And I would pick different places every year. And so I did a Circle Brewing Company, which has now closed down, but I was right at their big grain tower reading. And I also, when I went back there to do a feature for Gallery Cabaret, I've got me at Gallery Cabaret for a poetry night there as well for this poem in it. And and I'll try to get maybe screenshots or better shots of those for you guys, so you guys see things that aren't in the book. Color. This one was for, well, I guess we'll find out about the state. This is titled 1864 Mentality in 2024. After I fought sexism and objectification as an acquaintance rape workshop facilitator, I'm then carted off to these southern states to witness a healthcare right that all women had all my sentient life taken away by the courts. Wait, it wasn't taken away, but an entertainer-in-chief who once supported abortion rights said he changed his mind and then stacked the U.S. Supreme Court with conservatives who used a southern state's law to overturn Roe v. Wade. Now, states can choose to take women's rights. What I didn't know was what would befall us with this assault on women's rights by southern and once slave-supporting states. So, after over a year of seeing this cruelty firsthand in Texas, witnessing writing a testament and sharing these stories in Arkansas and Illinois bookstores, cafes, and bars, a part of me thought that my work was done. But what did I accomplish when shouting from rooftops and publishing a book you hope someone will read won't change the mind of any Christian zealots who believe in life at conception, though neither their government nor their church agrees? So, yeah, I probably didn't imagine I was alone. But when I recently saw a t-shirt that said, "There goes Arizona, trying to out-Florida Texas," that's when I realized that we all knew this has gone too far. Because I could rattle on about religious people being the cause of this catastrophe for women, but remember when I dropped that hint earlier about slavery? Well, even though Arizona wasn't a state till 1912, back then they were Confederate Arizona. Oh boy, then they were Confederate Arizona. Therefore, in 1864, which is in the drafting age of 18, plus the Beatles crooning song, When I'm 64, that's how you remember 1864. Right smack dab in the middle of that their Civil War is when they passed a law that all abortions were illegal, except if the woman's life is in danger. Now, this antiquated law was blocked since Roe v. Wade, though some Republicans in political office in Arizona on record said that they were pleased to be in a state where this law existed. But now, thanks to that splendid, devious Roe v. Wade overturning, one Republican pushed to reenact it. And now, remember that this law was made during the Civil War, before women had gained the right to vote, 1919, long after women could have had a say on this. Though what difference does it make when some women, and even women in religion and in politics, supported this law? But fine, talk about the health instead, and support a law enacted before penicillin was even discovered in 1928. Why not use laws so old without health knowledge? But wait a minute. I'm not here to tell you to be a slave supporter or to be religious or conservative, as this has just rattled my brain too much. Praise science that I can't have shaken baby syndrome. But what should catch your eye is that far-right types have supported this repression until everyone votes against it and they realize that it's approaching election time. That's when the headlines come out. Arizona Republicans denounce revival of 1864 abortion ban from The Guardian. Republicans splinter over repeal of 1864 abortion ban from the New York Times. Or ABC News is ignoring Trump. You know, I'm not even going to continue that one because even Trump wants to seem more moderate to help increase his base in an election year. So, remember, people's ethics will change at the drop of a hat if it has anything to do with politics and their self-interest of trying to win the masses over so that you can be the only one with the real power. Thank you. Thank you. I know it's a lot of stuff to rattle off in a short amount of time. And yes, before it was actually out in the book, I had it on a screen for sharing off and reading for the Poetry Bomb for a few of those. But yeah, I also had performed it at Chicago and I lost those glasses because of that move too, which really pisses me off. But anywho, that was a fun time for a read. I won't show you any more images, but I will share with you two more poems that appear not only in the cc&d book, In Love with Erosion, that just came out today. I just revealed it to everyone today, but it's also in The Universe is in Your Hands from Cyberwit Press. I've also re-released it. It's a 5.5 by 8.5 book, but I also released it as a 6 by 9 book with a larger typeface if people are interested in any different sizes. They're all there. But anyway, these last two poems are in both of these books, and this, for the Aztecs, is called Understand the Power. The Universe is in Your Hands at it. Humankind has this penchant for thinking the end is near. Whether it be from Bible telling of the book of Revelations, of mankind's fault with our technology for the calculation change and calendar change in 2000, or the unimaginable different Aztec apocalyptic cataclysms. You know, we visited New York City when the millennium changed and saw that nothing happened. We went to a members-only sportsman's club for beers on December 12th, 2012 to toast the Mayan prophecies that never happened. However, we all have something in common with every civilization, where some of us believe that the end is near, whether it be from climate change, ice ages, droughts or floods, or a crater smash, maybe a comet with an explosion raining ash down over civilization, nearly extinguishing all life. or whether we think our own mistakes will be our downfall from computers not understanding calendar changes that make our technological world go black. Or else it's just the right leaders making just the wrong decisions and starting mass nuclear annihilation, destroying mankind planet-wide. So, yeah, all of us have thought about it, and all of us have tried to understand. The disconcerting thing was that the Aztec culture, whose history is actually patchy after Spanish conquest destroyed them, the frightening thing is that the Aztec apocalypse story is so different from all others, because they believe that destruction already happened. This world is not the first. Take it from the Aztecs and their calendar sunstone discovery, centuries old. A calendar used for astrology, chronology, or even for the religious worship of their sun god. This discovery is one of the few things we revere from a civilization that never passed the Stone Age, but still knew of for suns, eras, movements in history. We may never have all the pieces to fully understand the power the Aztec civilization possessed in truly understanding our world. Now the sunstone, which was first found laying horizontally, is revered as artwork when viewed on a wall for aesthetic beauty only. In doing this, we continue to fail to understand what one society understood, revered, and feared. So, with only parts of the pieces shown incorrectly to help us fail to understand, we continue to worry about the end, how it may come, and without all the pieces together, we still wonder if we can truly be at peace at the end. Understand the power. And so I'll end it on a happier one for you because, we might as well. This one is titled, Enough is Enough. The universe is in your hands. Edit. And we'll understand the places for this one. Enough is enough. Waited outside in Badgestein for the bus tour to a radon cave at a nearby mining mountain with many German-speaking Austrians. So, out of my element, I ached for any human voice until I heard a boisterous baritone. So I made my way to this booming, distinctly American voice. I merely asked, "American?" Immediately, this big man boomed, "Hi, I'm Frank, and the little missus here is Mildred. I worked in Detroit, I worked for GM for 35 years, and now that the kids are all grown up, with my pension, I thought I'd take the little missus here to see the Alps." And that's when I realized that I could have stood at 50 paces, and I could have still heard Frank telling the entire neighborhood the epic of his life. That's when it occurred to me how loud us Americans could be. When first traveling through Europe after the War on Terror began, the United States government and airlines wanted to inform Americans traveling abroad that if they were concerned about being a conspicuous target by looking too American, they offered these simple guidelines. Don't wear a university sweatshirt. Don't wear a sports team baseball cap. Don't chew gum. Don't yell. And I could hear in my mind now, all I could hear was Frank. Not yelling, but somehow yelling nonetheless. A part of me wanted me to tell all English-speaking Austrians on that trip that no, not all Americans are that loud. But because even if some Americans want to rest on their laurels, some of us know when enough is enough. Enough is enough. Thank you. I'm getting applause from you guys. You guys are triple awesome, each and every one of you. Yes, these are in the brand new, newly released today issue of cc&d magazine, In Love with Erosion, Aren't we all sometimes? Also in the book, The Universe is in Your Hands. All I do is advertise books all the time. You forgive me, you people. We're going to go in rounds of 3 poems, pop for everybody. And one more time I have to say thank you to our guest host. Thank you, guest host David. You were so triple plus awesome, because hopefully John will be cool for next month, but you are just the best. And I think I even said that if he wanted and needed any sort of compensation, you know, like John would say, buy me a cup of coffee or something. If you've got anything like that, I swear, please tell the world about that. And I should tell you guys a list too, because after that will be Ron. You'll be doing music, and because Lorna might be leaving early, I'm hoping Lorna will hear me. Lorna will follow Ron, just so that you know what's up, so you can go around twice. Just giving you.
Early today.
Are you?
My student is out of town today, so I will not be leaving her.
Well, okay, then wonderful. I've still got you there at the beginning, so all is good in the universe. We'll just distribute our women throughout and in amongst our men. But after that, so just so you know, David, of course, you're going to read 3 pieces, which will be awesome to hear, and then Ron and then Lorna will be following. So I will unmute myself and be a good little lemming and listen very attentively. Thank you again, David, and take it away, my darling. He's hidden himself. Where are you? Where'd he go? Is he not going to read right now? He just hid himself. Yeah, he's hidden and muted. Are you not going to read? Would you like to read, my darling? You always get to come right after me.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready? Would you like that, or do you want to come later?
No. I'm all good.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. I didn't get it.
Okay, you always come right, because you're hosting this, you're going to come right after me. So I'll mute myself. Take it away, my darling.